Hello yet again everyone, this is Lumen casting, and a few of my horrible neighbors have now moved out, leaving me a little more happier and free to enjoy my life that extra amount more, which is pretty nice. I do believe it is nice at the moment, but a few gone and a few more nuisances to be left with. And here we have Legacy playing as the Zerg. This is a Zerg versus Protoss game, and MC playing as the Protoss. So I'm looking forward to a possible Korean player. I think this is a Korean player. This Legacy Zerg, the Zerg player is playing Korean. But MC I don't think is Korean. I think he's in fact European, so he cannot speak Korean. In fact, he cannot even respond properly. So due to Legacy trying to get in contact with his opposition, left with a speechless opposition indeed. And a pylon being placed here, and we'll be seeing a possible block off on this ramp. And that is his first overload from Legacy. And that drone just had a quick peek in his opposition's base. Not seeing much of interest at this point of time, except this extractor is finally coming into motion. It is now built in daylight and, or should I say night, sort of nightlife sort of style in this map. This drone is going to be encircling that probe is going to be encircling this area from a further expansion from his Zerg player's soon-to-be expansion. And soon this genetics pool will also be seeing the light of day, and that is his first gateway from MC. Oh, I'm just acting a little un-up-to-date, but already an assimilator being carried out by MC, and another assimilator is being created very, very soon. We'll be seeing that being an additional gas income for MC. And that probe is now still there, but soon will be gone. As you can see, a few Zerglings joined in by this drone that have hatched in perfect collaboration, and that is a hatchery, an expansion from Zerg player Legacy. Now we are seeing the few Zerglings he has being sent out to his opposition, and there is one Zealot to take care of this, and MC is aware that there are Zerglings, so he has his Stalker taking care of them, and that one last remaining Zergling is going to be making its way far away from that Stalker, maybe even evading it. And we are seeing another pylon here placed, and we could expect he will have maybe at this point of time, it's not sure he will be building anything near that pylon except his incoming units if he plans to warp gate. And yes, he is on the verge of fully completing his warp gate research. Legacy, if we look at his expansion, still not there yet, so no additional income at the moment. Oh, and another nexus being made. Yes, I am just keeping too much track of their buildings and so on. I should be keeping track of every little important detail to certify a good outlook on this game. Now we have another pylon being placed up next to there. And yes, restating what I said, just making the same mistake twice, and two gateways. Sorry, I just can't stop with this. And that's the warp gate finally finished. but he only has one warp gate. This is bizarre. He has now a Stargate. Okay, so now 2 of his additional gateways are going to be making it into warp gates. So pumping up that lava on both of his hatcheries with his 2 prominent queens. He has only one extractor at the moment, only one extractor. So he is planning some essentially mineral-based units. That is what is going on indeed. He has an evolution chamber cooked up for us, and also, of course, a whole lot of drones just going in fully with his economy standards. He could soon already be planning his second expansion, seeing this mass amount of drones, and that is his second. Oh, that is 2 extractors at once on each side of the other's base, and that is okay, already is the second expansion I was talking about. And he MC now looking up on him, we have him sending already a lot of sentries. And what else is he? A Void Ray, yes, a Void Ray. He is sending out a Void Ray to his opposition, and another Void Ray being boosted. So I suppose his last Void Ray was also boosted, just to keep track on that. And he's going to be taking on that expansion. This is going to leave a hefty mark if he does manage to obliterate that expansion with the additional Void Ray that's going to be coming in and getting rid of that expansion. And we are not seeing any air troops or anti-air troops coming from Legacy, just the roaches. So is he going to be able to recuperate on this nearly lost hatchery? As you can see, joined by another Void Ray. MC is going to be taking that down, and the Queen is picking on that Void Ray. That Void Ray is losing a little bit of its health, but with the additional help of that other Void Ray, that Queen didn't stand much of a chance. A one-on-one was not much of a chance, we could say either, but he thinks that he can make it in time to save this hatchery by destroying this rubble with the help of his roaches and this spine crawler. But that hatchery is going to be going down. As you can see, there are no anti-air units available yet. What is Legacy thinking by now? He should be building some air units, some support for his troops as well, because those roaches are going to be inflicting the damage. But no, those roaches will be carrying their way out, or just standing there. Basically, we are seeing now 3 Void Rays, one taken out by that Queen, and that's another Queen helping out, and these 2 Void Rays are backed off by this Phoenix. So now we're going to be seeing Hydralisk from Legacy finally. Now he'll be able to recuperate, or should I say, saving additional queens from getting slaughtered and hatcheries from getting destroyed. And on the other end, we see MC's Protoss army. He has a good amount of sentries, having a good shield on him, and his stalkers. And that is a +2 defense coming in for his ground terrain units. And if we look up and look up on his first base, we see he has already 6 warp gates. Yes, 6 warp gates. What more? It looks like having a lead advantage, of course, with that attack is MC, as he is quickly taking in so much resources now. You can see still no extractor being made by Legacy to recuperate on all that lost mineral resources and gas. So he will be needing now just a big army of Hydralisks, but he is also going to be having some Utilisks by the look of it. and already sending out a few Zerglings to join in the dominant army of Hydralisks plus a little portion of Roaches. But is this going to be enough to take on this already a Colossus and those two remaining Void Wraiths, if you remember from earlier, and this pretty dominant Stalker army? Oh, it looks like they his Hydralisks have been barricaded and slaughtered, just separated from his other remaining forces to the slaughter, basically. Oh, and they are going to be taking on this for a gold expansion. So yes, a gold expansion and an extract all the way down here. And whoa, Protoss player MC is not going to be expecting this, as he remembers he has already taken out one of his expansions, so he would not be expecting to be his opposition to be this mischievous and daring, of course. Definitely not a coward's way out, but pretty brave and tempting. But anyway, okay, we're gonna be seeing some Caraptors to the mix, and +1 attack for his flyers. We can see that is 2 Colossus already. Is he gonna be joined by a third? That is indeed the truth. He is joined by a third. I think it has been boosted for it to be sent out this early in game, or there is a second robotics facility. Obviously no, there is no second robotics facility. I don't think so. Hope I'm not making a big mistake here. No, there is no second robotics facility, so I am right, I'm correct. And he has also got his thermal lens upgraded for his Colossi. It's now 3 Colossi. And this is a pretty devastating looking army after they are well competently upgraded. That is indeed the case. And what more now, from our Zerg player Legacy, he has a mix of Roach plus Hydra and 4 Caraptors. That is interesting. But are those Caraptors going to be a big help against those Colossi and Stalker army? I don't think so, unless he pulls pretty quickly advancing with his expansions here. Oh, and you can see that is a massive income now from the Zerg player. He is really recuperating full on, as I said before, but now it looks like Protoss leader cannot wait anymore. MC is going to be sending out his troops for a quick onslaught, and it looks about time too, as the Zerg player agrees it is about time. So pumping up that lava just to send in a whole lot of his army troops, army troopers. But yes, we're not talking marine here, we're talking Zerglings, so just call them Zerglings, as that is more fitting to the cast. Okay, at this point of time, Protoss player MC could already be thinking about going in, because it is if he were to send out an observer, yes, that was an observer, and as I was going to say, if he was about to send in an observer, he would now, when would be the time to attack, as they are just patienting and building up in that macro game and creating this big army on each side. That is a good amount of Caraptors to the mix. This is going to be a big help. I'm not fully aware of what they are thinking, so they are definitely thinking only one thing, and that is the macro game. But are they going to be going in sooner or later? Maybe he finally ended up going to a decisive conclusion, or upgrading something more, who knows. Anyway, you can see he is now going into attack. That poor queen is gone. Caraptor as well. Caraptor scared stiff as they saw their little army get completely crushed without too much of a foot from their opposition. They could barely sight them. But now we see his more prominent army from Zerg Player Legacy, and he's taking on this expansion from MC. And MC, what is he thinking? He should be sending out his troops as soon as possible to save that Nexus from further damage and possible obliteration. Oh, and nearly going down is that Nexus, and that Nexus, one more blow from that army and it goes down. And that is a good job at wasting his opposition's resources. So that is very good from Legacy. He's going to have a smaller or bigger amount of lead, a slightly, maybe more excessive lead on his opposition. So MC is, well, still having the lead, unfortunately for Legacy. Legacy is getting rounded up. You can see this crevasse is big enough to ward both sides from each other, but they, it looks like Legacy wasn't aware that his opposition was going counterclockwise, or should I say, yes indeed. And yes, you can see his little army is getting all that more damage inflicted on them, followed by his opposition's troops. He does not stand much more of a chance. This looks like a possible ending, conclusive ending to his, well, his tiny group of now slaughtered soldiers. But oh, well, what is this? It looks like a bunch of roaches that he ended up creating to once again take on this recuperated Nexus. But there's like a bunch of probes being sent out to the gold expansion back in play. And oh, what is this? The Legacy was prepared to take on what he thought could be a possible win against this Nexus, but it looks like no. And that army takes them out, and oh, it takes out, no, it takes out, sorry, it takes out Legacy's expansion, and this looks pretty much like a revenge strat from MC. So yes, it is a pretty long game and hard to keep track of everything. So if we speed it up 100%, and what can we see now? If we get back into track, we see these stalkers are being rounded up, and now one and for all, Legacy seems to be having a lead here, finally having his first win in a small fight here with the help of these investing. Obviously there's Immortal and all those lost stalkers, Corruptors hovering above that now. This disappeared army, one stalker remaining. Those spine crawlers are taking out that Immortal, barely visible Immortal, going down. And that is it. Soon we will be seeing what is already a little improvisation by MC, as he is full on right now in the upgrades, having his +1 attack for his ground terrain. And what more we have coming from his opposition Legacy, is he going to be able to ward off his opposition's army? He should be building up as much as possible now. As you can see, this is looking pretty slow-edged for Legacy, and Legacy is sending out a few Roaches +2 Hydras, and very, very shocked, possibly, from his opposition. Maybe not keeping a good track of time, as most Starcraft players have a bit of trouble keeping track of time, and yeah, you always need to be a good player at timing. Timing is the most important thing in Starcraft, and if you can't time and possibly have a bad memory disadvantage, then you are probably going to be on the losing and receiving end So yes, already one Colossus down here with his associated immortal from the robotics facility, and having another immortal. Oh, and another Colossus. That is 2 Colossus and 2 immortals. Oh, 3 immortals now. And while I think Legacy is ready to take on his opposition, can barely wait any longer as he sees that his opposition's Protoss army economy in minerals is pretty high, and as is his gas, of course. So having a maximum advantage with his economy and resources, and leaving behind this wall, hidden possibly for a maybe. Oh no, I thought he was going to leave those infestors, I mean, to ambush his opponent, but no, he is not, and he is just deciding, after all, he is fairly outnumbered and having a disadvantage here as his opposition is heavily upgraded. And now having a quick check up on his upgrades, he has a level, still only a level 1 attack. Now this is very important, people. I should have stated out this fact earlier. His roaches and hydras don't stand much of a chance now, do they? But maybe his corruptors do. But we will be seeing this now, and possibly the final and decisive battle for these 2 players, and using well, not seeing much shields here as he has cornered and ambushed his Zergling opposition. And I mean, his roaches are going by, and so is their commander-in-chief Legacy. And that is the ending to this game. And yes, I hope you enjoyed. This is Lumen signing out.